I picked up an inexpensive woven rug at IKEA, and I'm going to use this to update a couple of fabric storage bins in my home. I started by pulling the bins out of their storage area, and I'm going to lay the rug down flat and then put the bin on top to measure how much fabric I need. I want this rug to overlap the sides of the bin just a little bit so that when you're looking at it from an angle, you don't know that this is only a cover. To attach the rug to the bin, I'm going to use hot glue. Since this is a woven rug and a fabric bin, the hot glue is going to hold up really well and make a nice secure bond. So I'm gluing it to the back, so the handle part of the bin is actually going to be on the back and this fabric is going to be on the other side. Once I've glued it all to the face of the bin, I'm just going to wrap those sides of the rug around and secure it to the sides. Now I'm going to add a handle to this bin. This is a piece of faux leather. You can pick this up at a craft store. So I'm just cutting a long rectangle. I actually measured the original handle from the bin and made this one the same measurements. Now to attach it, I am going to use brads. You can also get these at a craft store, and I am using a brad tool. So I'm going to poke a hole into the handle, one on each side, and stick the brad through. These storage bins are made out of cardboard on the inside, so it's pretty easy to stick these handles on. I'm just going to use that brad tool again and punch a hole through the rug and through the storage bin, and then push that brad through. And then on the inside of the storage bin, I'm going to push the two ends of the brad down to secure it in place. This way you can really use that handle and pull it back and forth, and it's not going anywhere. I made 2 of these storage bins to control some of the clutter that I had in this storage bench in my office. So I still get to have all of the craft supplies and binders that I originally had under this bench, but now they're stored away and they look a little bit nicer. So this was a really easy and inexpensive way to update a basic storage bin. Head to IKEA, pick up a rug. You could also do this with a placemat or some funky fabric, and you can update your own bins. I hope you're inspired to go try this. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
I got these inexpensive dollar placemats, which are also reversible. So we got both sides. We're going to unfold some of it. We're just going to see what would make a nice overhang. And that would make a nice overhang. So when we come down here, we're going to measure with our measuring tape. And we're going to do it 20 inches. So you need a pair of good scissors, guys, not just like any scissors. And we're just going to start cutting some of our pieces of jute. We're measuring them out 20 inches. And if we go over a teeny tiny bit, it's not a big deal. And the next step, after we finished cutting all of these pieces of rope 20 inches, we got a heavy duty construction adhesive. We've already begun with a couple of rows here, but now we're going to show you guys exactly how you start putting this together. So you'll need a caulk gun, the heavy duty construction adhesive, you want to be generous, but not too generous. We're going to do a couple at a time here so that we can get a couple of rows on at a time instead of just one. We're going to take our pieces of jute, and you want to get them like really close to one another, like super close. And what do you know? I do have just enough, guys. One left over. That was a pretty good guess. All right, guys, and I like a loosely frayed end on the end of this. So I did these 4 so that they would be dry. So as we're letting the rest of these dry, we've frayed this in. But I don't like the frayed to be too frayed. So I didn't like go to the extreme. So as you see, this is not frayed. So I just took the rope and unwound it on these. And then began fraying the ends of it. But I don't want it to be like frayed to the extreme type of thing. I just want like a light fray where it's gonna stick up. You guys can see the difference in between where it's not frayed. We're also gonna show you that this is gonna be double-sided, and you'll also be able to use, as I told you, these were two-sided. You'll also be able to use the black buffalo checked side as well if you just want the fringe to show. And for one of the final steps, we're going to use some Fusion. Casement is the color. We're going to dab off most of it right here before you go, because we're going to do a dry brushing technique while the rest of this is drying. We're just going to lightly go over our rope so that we just give it a little bit more personality. But we barely need any paint on here. I like things to look old, so I just want to add a little bit of age and character to this. So we're not actually painting the jute, we're just lightly dry brushing it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this project as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. My name's Dustin Van Fleet, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
To begin my project, I took this heavy piece of cardstock, which actually has an adhesive backing, and I took a standard size dinner plate and I traced around it, but I do want to make sure that I have a 1/2 inch extra over my circle, and you're going to see why at the end why we want that, because this is a charger, so we don't want it to be the size of the dinner plate. So I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to put the 1 inch mark on my circle, and then I'm just going to mark out a 1/2 inch around the circle so that I can cut out my template here. So once I have that all marked off, I'm just going to cut it out. And then what I'm going to do, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a cardstock with an adhesive backing, because I've made these before, but I don't actually like using hot glue because I find it shows through the twine. So I'm going to actually use this, and I'm just going to stick the twine right onto this adhesive backing, and I'm going to start in the middle of my circle, and I'm just going to wrap the twine around and around until I've filled out pretty much all of the adhesive backing on my circle, leaving about a 1/2 inch border around the twine. Then I'm going to take a heavier piece of twine and I'm going to cut out pieces that are about 6 to 7 inches in length. And then I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to hot glue them onto the edges around my circle here, but I'm just going to glue them a bit, make a loop, and then glue them on the other side. I want to make sure these are really stuck down here. So I'm just going to go around and I'm going to fill the whole circle with the loops. And then when I've done one circle, I'm going to come back in with smaller pieces of twine and I'm going to put those in between the loops. So I'm just going every other here, putting them in between the bigger loops that I made. Then I'm going to come in with this thicker twine rope and I'm going to glue this around and over top of my loops of jute twine. This is just going to act as a border for our charger. Then I did have a little bit of excess of white cardstock sticking out from underneath. I just trimmed that off with an X-Acto knife, and this is my finished charger. I really hope this project inspires you to get creative.